The thing I'm always trying to understand is, how did it go from Aaliyah being scared to fly on small planes to getting on a small plane she was told was going to crash?
You think you know? You have no idea.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm back with another Aaliyah video. Yes, I know I haven't did an Aaliyah video in a while. I'm going to get into that. There's just been so many things going on, and I had to give those videos a break. I had to take a little hiatus. Yeah, I know I took a pivot with the animation, the Proud Family videos, as y'all can see. But I've been keeping track of everything. I've been looking at the new videos that came out, the new conspiracy theories that came out, and everybody talking about it, and I want to get into it. I got Kiwi back with me. Who knows how long she's gonna stay? She might just jump off at any moment. But here's the thing. You see what I'm talking about? I want to give a big shout out to all the Aaliyah fan pages, all the TikTokers, everybody that been doing Aaliyah videos, doing content. And a huge shout out to Justified by Jerry, who's been doing a lot of great Aaliyah video essays. And not only Aaliyah video essays, but just video essays in general about different artists. Check out his channel. I really recommend it. I'm leaving it up here for y'all. His videos are really entertaining and well researched. Now, from the title, you see it says it's time to reopen Aaliyah's case, and that's more of a rhetorical title because I know it's a 99.6% chance they're not going to reopen the case, and there's a lot going on with that. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, just leave it alone. It's been 20 years. Let it go. Blah 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 blah." And that's part of the reason why I stopped doing the videos. Along with the fact that I did over 150 Aaliyah videos, whether it was voiceovers, whether it was video essays talking about her life, career, and death. I did over 150. Check out my Aaliyah playlist up here and in the description box. But even if you're not a super fan of Aaliyah, as an outsider looking in, you just gotta look at her life and career and her death and just realize something's not right. And just so y'all know, this is a talking head video. I know within the 2024 YouTube spectrum, a lot of people like the fancy editing and the voiceover, the narration. I did those videos, but this is more of like a talking head video, a discussion video. I got my YouTube campfire in the back. Let's have this discussion because years later, 23 years later going on, and things are still not adding up. And I know maybe Aaliyah's family had closure with it. Maybe her mother, her brother have dealt with it in their own way. You know, her mother still stays silent. Rashad, her brother, still tries to do a lot of things for the Aaliyah merchandise. Like you see the shirt. And you think about it, Rashad has his own life to live. I'm pretty sure he tries to keep up. He does keep up with Aaliyah's legacy with the merchandise and different things like that. But, you know, he has his own life to live. Aaliyah's mother, she's doing her thing. You know, unfortunately, Aaliyah's father died in 2012. But there's still something off. And then with her uncle, Barry Hankinson, everything in the milk ain't clean with him either, per se. And I just really want people to just think about this. This is just my yearly Aaliyah video update with what I think is going on, what I think might happen in the future, because apparently, you know, 2024 is the year of truth. A lot of people are exposing this, exposing that. But with Aaliyah's case, it's still kind of, you know, middling. Like, oh, it was an accident. It was 20 years ago. Let it go. Leave it alone.
Down like that, okay?
Here's another disclaimer, right? Over the last few months, my channel has been doing really well, and I'm getting a lot of impressions. And with that, that don't mean that 9 million people was gonna look at the video. A low percentage of people look at the video, like maybe 10%, but that's just how YouTube works with the algorithm. The thing is, if you click on these type of videos, you clicked on it for a reason. So the people that click on these videos about Aaliyah or this or that, and they're like, oh, just leave it alone, da 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 da. Why did you click on the video in the first place? Obviously, there's something about Aaliyah and her death, or just the whole situation, the way everything ended for her, that didn't sit right with you too. So you clicked on it to find out. Now, nobody has the official answer, right? That's another thing with this case, with this death, with this accident. Nobody has the, oh, this happened, that happened. None of us were there. The only people that were there were Fatima, Hype Williams, and, you know, I did videos about them, where I feel like it's some things that Fatima knows she never said, some things that Hype Williams definitely knows he never really said. It's just real sketchy. Everything that went down with Aaliyah in that last video, Rock the Boat, the airplane, the airport, everything is just really sketchy. And it's time that people wake it up. You know, I did those videos 2-3 years ago. They went viral. Some of them even went viral on TikTok, believe it or not. But I feel like after a while, somebody makes a video about Aaliyah, people talk about it for a week or two, and then it's like, okay. Then the years keep going and going. You know, it's been 23 years now. Before you know, it's going to be 25 years. And it's going to be 30 years later. And it's still going to be, oh, the accident. It was too much luggage. It was too many people. Which, you know, was considered to be true. But how did it go from Aaliyah being scared to fly on planes, as Damon Dash said, to her boarding a flight with 7-8 other people when they were told, oh, if you get on this plane, it's going to crash or burn. And they said, we got to go. Sorry. I mean, whatever. We got to go. I got to go back to Miami. That never made sense.
Could somebody please make it make sense?
But you want to know another thing I come to realize? A major reason probably why Aaliyah's case was never really looked into. I'm talking about like the real hard detective, like figuring out this, figuring out that, like going to the airport, looking at airport footage. Even though this was 2001 in the Bahamas, I'm pretty sure there was some type of airport footage for them to look at. Nobody ever talked about that. They never showed it. I don't really think there's really been a full deep dive into what really happened at that airport, at that terminal. It's like a he say, she say. Oh, pilot was apparently arguing with them. Oh, we can't get on the flight. It's going to crash. But then he still allowed them to get on. The pilot himself, still knowing that the plane was going to crash, still started flying the plane for whatever. I mean, does that make sense? Does it make sense? And here's another thing. Because Aaliyah was a superstar, she was the famous one, she gets the bulk of the attention when it comes to this accident. But she wasn't the only one. She was on the plane with her crew. People that worked at her label, you know, Christopher Maldonado, Eric Foreman, Anthony Dodd, Scott Gallen, her bodyguard, Keith Wallace, Gina. All of them were on this flight together. They all lost their lives. All of their families were impacted. Because Aaliyah was a superstar, of course, her family was impacted, and then the music industry, then her fans. But something with that story I felt was covered up. And I think a major reason why is because it happened in the Bahamas. If this happened on American land, if this happened on American soil, like say for example, this was to happen in Miami, at a Miami airport, it would have been like a full launch investigation, this, that, and it probably would have been like, oh, that's what happened. But because this happened in the Bahamas, and I feel like it was really up to the Bahamas authorities, I don't want to say that they tried to cover up what really happened, but they did something because the story never added up. And there's something missing. And that's why I feel like there needs to be some type of reopening into Aaliyah's case. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. But you know, the last few weeks, the last few months, I've been really into like crime shows and detective shows, the fictional and the real ones, about like real cases. And especially the cold cases. Things that happened 20, 30, 15, 5 years ago that stumped the detectives and stumped the public and nobody knew what happened and people got away with it for 20, 30 years. But it took that one detective or those two people or that one witness to come out and say, da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, the puzzle was complete. And then all of a sudden, DNA matched. And all of a sudden, the final truth was revealed. Was there some type of foul play involved with the accident? I honestly believe it was. Now, you know, you have the conspiracy theorists about the whole Jay-Z, Beyonce, and then, okay, something with Hype Williams. I'm leaning more towards something with Hype Williams because he was the actual one there. He was the director. He was the one that made them go to the Bahamas to do all of this. And how you going to have your talent, the star, leave her crew a day early, right? Y'all in the Bahamas. She wants to leave a day early, and you just want to stay there just because. Okay, you're in the Bahamas. It's a nice vacation spot. Apparently the hotel wasn't all that, but y'all still wanted to stay. Fatima still wanted to stay. The dancers still wanted to stay. Okay. But the video shoot is over. Your talent is leaving. You don't really care. Okay, you want to leave? All right. We got to stay and get some shots. But if you really look at the whole video, you look at the Rock the Boat video, every shot got Aaliyah in it. So what extra shots did you have to stay to get? And when I think about it, the only people that can really tell us what happened, they all died in that crash. The people that worked at that airport that could have seen something, maybe some of them have died too. Maybe some of them have retired. Maybe some of them don't even work there no more. You know? Or maybe some of them are scared to speak out for whatever reason. I feel like Fatima, her choreographer, she knows something. I did a video about her too. She's the one that went to the crash site. She identified the body. She talked to the people at the airport. I feel like she knows something, but she just never really came out and said nothing. And here's the thing. Of course, there's nothing we can really do now. Like I said, in August, it's going to be 23 years. It's like, okay, what's the point? It's over, let it go. But that kind of attitude is what made this situation the way it is now. Even at that time, people was blaming Aaliyah for this. Oh, she was a diva. She was conceited. She was stuck up. Oh, she wanted all her stuff on the plane. It's because of her. It was because of her. Aaliyah forced them to put everything on the plane.
Oh my God.
Another thing, Jaguar Wright. Some of y'all should know about Jaguar Wright. She comes out every few months talking about Aaliyah here and there and saying this and that. And you know, a lot of people believe it, but like I said, there's no hardcore proof. That's the thing with Aaliyah's case, where it's just been chalked up to an accident that happened over 20 years ago. That was just unfortunate. That was just so devastating and tragic. It was just so preventable. There's no proof to prove otherwise. Or maybe the proof is out there, but nobody has come forward with it. For Aaliyah, I just want the best for her legacy. Like I always said 4 or 5 years ago when I started doing these videos, I just want the best for her legacy. And I feel like a final thing would just be maybe a well done documentary, just capping everything all together, well done, well researched, with the right people, interviewing the right people, you know? Because I feel like with Aaliyah, even though things have gotten better with her music release and this and that and everything, there's still something flaky going on. There's still something flaky going on with that. I want to ask y'all, do y'all think that Aaliyah's case should be reopened? Do you think the whole accident should be reopened or reinvestigated to find out what really happened? Or because it happened 20 years ago, because it happened in the Bahamas, do you think that it's a lost cause? And you think that they should just leave it alone and, you know, it is what it is? The people that know the truth, and they're just gonna have to live with that. And for all the Aaliyah fans out there, what would you like to see for Aaliyah in the future? You know, are there still some things that haven't been done yet? You know, like a new wax figure, a new documentary, a new this, a new that, a new album, maybe. What are some things for Aaliyah's legacy you would like to see that haven't been done yet? Please, let's talk about this down below. I've been thinking about this for a few weeks, but I said, you know what? It's about time I do another Aaliyah video where I feel like they should really reopen the case, even though I know they're not. But it's just like a food for thought type of video. Like, all these years later, and it still don't add up. What do y'all think about that? Let me know your thoughts down below, and please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.